Hello, folks. Welcome back to Wasteland Remastered. When we last left off, we got our faces kicked in on the first two levels, and then we came here to the 4 funny rooms. That was a name that the hint book used to describe this level. They're not very funny, but they are 4 rooms that you have to get through. Funny room number 1. Oily pipes running the length of the room over to a ledge where some kind of control panel is located. Below the pipes is hot bubbling oil. It doesn't look like everyone can make it across at once. Yes, everyone can make it across at once. You can just let yourself get beat up. There's nothing preventing you from doing so. Or you can try and make it across. Now, the way they looked in the original games and the way they were described in the hint book, it seemed more like it was parallel bars, like the gymnastic equipment, and you had to go back and forth without slipping. Here, this certainly makes more sense for something that would be in a base. I mean, it doesn't make a lot of sense, but it makes more sense than gymnastics equipment, where it's just a pipe that you have to run across, run across. So you can all go. It doesn't really do much damage. You take a step, you fumble, and get scorched by the oil. Or, no, not forever. Pipe sure is slippery. You slip on the oil but manage to hang on. Or you can just have Vax do it, because it's a dexterity or agility check. Vault door 1. Open. And then you shimmy on back. And now, this door is open. This is also a safe place to... Oh, no, it's not. Never mind. I thought it was a safe place to rest, but apparently it isn't. So it looks like it's just in the room that's safe. Snake Vargas, load. So, it's just in the room that's safe. But you don't want to watch that, and we can manage. Later we will need to rest, though. So then there's this room. In the original it was covered in sand. Plain except for the 10 foot by 10 foot steel sheets covering the floor. So this explanation does fit better. So, this is where that comes in. There we go. Landmines. This is where perception is very important. That being said, it's not that important. You take a little bit of damage, but not a whole hell of a lot. Unfortunately, we are going to have to rest because we're coming up on something and we'll want to be rested for it. So, what we will do is Alakazam. Let me just say, I'm really glad that OBS has finally added the ability to pause the recording and then resume. So you didn't have to sit through that. That took about 5 minutes. Alright, so landmines and xenon laser cannons. Yes, that's why we rested up. This is a set battle. They're just waiting for us. And, yeah. Let's just go auto. Because unfortunately that's kind of what you have to do with a lot of this stuff. It's just throw... Yeah, they're right here. Just throw caution to the wind. So, this area is a wee bit of a pain. Environmental testing facility. I believe it's safe to rest in this room, thankfully. Because, watch our con. Yeah, zap zap. And the next one's going to be worse. Zap zap. Yeah. Yeah, you can have people killed by this. So what we're going to try and do is use Vax. There's the wind. Because it's also it's a stat check to get through without being destroyed. The layers of fat on Vax, huh? I have had people get mortally wounded going through this. Where, as you can see, Vax took 9 damage going through the whole thing, and some of these guys, you know, Snake took over 50 points of damage going on 2 tiles. So this is another one of those places where thankfully you can rest. There, that's a little bit better. We're not going to go whole hog because we've still got a fair amount that we've got to do here. Or, not a fair amount that we've got to do, but we've got the worst room to do. So here we go. This is the combat simulator. It should be noted, while you were able to rest in the other rooms without incident, you can't rest in here. There are random encounters in here, in addition to the set encounters. So, the guidebook talks about one guy doing this solo, and that's a load of hooey. This is possibly the worst room in base Cochise. Excuse me, in base Cochise. It's really bad. Yeah, you remember those XENON laser cannons from earlier? Yeah, well, they're back. Now, I have found... Wow. This is the best route that I have found to do it. You want to go up and hug this wall. Because there are... So you see this grating. So there's more down here. And I believe... No, there's none down there. So there's some down here, too, that you have to fight. So if you take the south route, you have to fight those. So if you hug this wall, you can get within 31 feet, which makes it a little easier for you. You seem to do more damage the closer you are, and you're more likely to hit. It's not guaranteed, but... What do we got left? 2. Come on. There we go. Right, so if you take... Whoa! Yeah, that's the other reason you don't want to go too far down. So if you take the southern route, you got to fight this guy, and you got to fight guys over here. You got to do 2 battles no matter what. But if you do it up... No, I've always just found that the northern route is a little easier. You don't want to... I don't know. I just always found it easier. So there we go. That's the 4 funny rooms. We're not going to go down yet because we are going to have to heal, and there's nowhere else that we'll be able to heal. Except here. So let's take a look at what we've got. So on the surface, we had all of these guys. There are more robots on the surface, especially on the roof, where you've got wire-guided missile launcher or whatever, or anti-personnel cannon. So we didn't see enough of those, or the Steel Reavers we've seen quite a few of. And Silver Stranglers. We'll be seeing a lot of Silver Stranglers. We're coming up on those. So that was where the computer was. 2 is where we spent a lot of time. There's the Octatrons that we fought. Armor class 10. So they're doing a severe reduction of the damage that we do. 100 hit points. 21 to 76. Yeah. And the Steel Reavers. Nope. Xenon laser cannons. Those were the things we were fighting in the combat simulator, and we'll be fighting more things similar to them. Lots of silicon snipers. Yeah, there's those guys. And then some of these guys. Alright, come on, shoot. Shoot. There we go, here we go. Wow. Aww. Used to be so much more dramatic. And then this is the level that we're on now. So many laser cannons. So let's heal up a little bit more. We could actually finish base Cochise. We are very close. Man, we're right at that point where it's like I don't really want to do the next level, because I think it would make the video a little too long. So I think what we'll do is we'll do a little bit of exploration, and then next week we will do the what is it? The actual end game. And the credits and all of that. And then after that, I have several bonus videos of just various things, and I've got a couple more that I'll have to make. So with the bonus videos, some of those are very short, like only a minute long or 2 minutes long. So what I'll probably do with those is roll them all up, or post a few, so that we've got, you know, say 15 minutes of video. So there might be 3 bonus videos posted on a given day. So here we are in base Cochise. Artificial intelligence, hellbent on destroying mankind. We've made it. Must be some way to stop. So here we are. Now, I believe it's the DOS version. You can't use SecPass B there. It doesn't work. It should work, but it doesn't work. That's why I grabbed all those missiles, was in case it didn't work. And here we go. Particle beam Gatling cannon. Yep, these are defensive systems. And they're really far away. And they are not messing around, as you might have noticed. Yeah, 150. Yeah, this is... And so we go around, and oh, hey, look, there's another one. But it looks like we're doing okay here now. And, oh, yeah, There's also random encounters. We will hopefully be able to adjust that soon. Silver Stranglers. At least Silver Stranglers are melee. And there's the last particle beam Gatling cannon. Alright, so got all those guys taken care of. So now we got these rooms. There's a card slot in the center. Let's see if this works. Doesn't seem to work. Yeah, so we do need to use explosives. You need 4, 5, you need 6 explosives. Yeah. Okay. Drawn into a large room filled floor to ceiling with countless computers. The flashing lights and video screens bring the room into eerie life. The glow of colors, you smell small in the glow through the glow of colors. Jeez. Spot a small square room in the far corner. You note this in your journey. All right, so security check interval. Well, looky here. Someone. We'll just have Vax do it. You use your electronic skill. This is why I wasn't going to use Vax. He's only a corporal. There we go. Interval reduced. Interval reduced. Interval reduced. I don't know how far you can reduce it. So, but you can, in theory, turn down the frequency of random encounters. And here we go, we have a random encounter. But hey, you know, anything that helps. Especially a little bit, especially when we have to split the party. But we're not there yet. We're going to spend a little bit of time in this room. There's a fair amount to explore in this room. 11 lights on the panel, and several are lit. All of these computers have something they do, I just don't remember what it is. Like with this, you can turn them off. Whoops. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what that does. Gray oval, you can turn those lights on and off. Ah, there we go. So this is a perception and cryptology check. Fine print lead cylinder closing system. So, in theory, you can do base Cochise with 2 people. So what happens is when you put all the keys in, the doors close. Then you use this control panel. In theory, you can open up the doors. So you can have one person do the second part of the self-destruct sequence while the other person does this. I believe I've done it before. It's just a real pain in the neck. So that is this room. So now we go over here. And again, we got to blow our way open. Dozens of drillings and saws are singing an ear-piercing song. Blue and white sparks jump from welders and cutters, dropping to the ground to bounce out their brief lives. A robot torso passes before you as it lumbers its way across the room on one of the countless conveyor belts. Even the robot repair area looks in need of repair, with the roof and wall supports lying exposed. In the far corner, square-shaped room. Yeah, that's an interesting line there. Even the robot repair area looks in need of repair. You know, almost like even if we weren't here to stop Cochise, it might not succeed just because everything's falling apart. So we got this guy. The belt machinery is very delicate here. Sounds like it's destroying itself as it grinds to a halt. So that takes care of that. You have to do this because if you don't and you step on the conveyor belt, you zip around and it welds and paints and does all that repair stuff to you, which is not good on soft, tender flesh. And you want to be careful moving through here because sometimes it can just grab you and put you on the conveyor belt, which always sucks. So that's 2 rooms down. And you'll notice we got this blue and this kind of orange, but we've got different lights. We got this purple. Up here we've got yellow. And we'll want to keep that in mind. Empty room with a small square corner in the room. Yeah, on the floor is an intricate diamond pattern. You remove a magnifying glass from your back pocket, get down on all fours, and begin to carefully study the pattern of dots. I don't fully get it. Oh, hey, Ace. Why did you take off your power armor? This is referred to as the OSHA room, Occupational Safety and Health Administration. A joke my brother came up with that I have now remembered for 30 years and can't help but think every time I see OSHA is that it stands for Oh Shit Heavy Artillery. And you'll see why in a minute. Yeah, those silver stranglers pop up. If you've got someone that's really high pugilism, you can just instantly destroy them and skip the battle. So I would usually have my brawler be the person that goes in this room, but that didn't work out. Yeah, see, robot rises from the floor and starts to wrestle with you. Yeah, these jerks are just melee. Floor in front of you slowly opens and a giant robot rises up to block your path. This giant robot is so tall it touches the ceiling. This is the closest thing we have to a final boss in the game. This is a set combat, obviously. You need to fight the Fusion Octotron in order to beat the game. You don't need to fight the Scorpotron. He's optional. You don't need to fight Finster Leviathan. He's technically optional. I wouldn't advise skipping him, because then you have to do the Guardian Citadel with Kevlar suits, but you can skip them. And you can obviously skip the Night Terror. This guy, you can't skip. Actually, there's a lot of enemies, now that I think about it, that you can skip. This one you cannot. The only way into the next room is through him. Ace is down. Not doing any damage. That's not good. Thrasher, load, Snake Vargas. Yeah, Ace is critical. There we go, finally. 14 points of damage, right through the power armor. Look at that XP too. 4,290. That's a lot of experience points. And as you can see, we are really running low on yeah, we're running low on ammo. That's why I always go so careful on the ammo. Yeah, 390 hit points, armor class 10, 22 to 117 damage. All right, oh, Silver Strangler. Now, we don't want to go in this room yet. Although it looks like we probably can. I don't want to risk it, because as you have probably noticed, there is a lot of nuclear waste in that room. So what we're going to do, it'll also give us a chance to heal. We are going to wait until nighttime, when all that nuclear waste is glowing. So we're just going to wait until 6 o'clock at night, 1800 hours. Gives me a chance to drink some of my coffee. And a chance to heal up a little bit. Not gonna lie, that's also kind of nice. But it looks like Chrome has put sludge in that room where the radioactive stuff is, so you don't need to wait until 8 o'clock or 6 o'clock to follow the safe path, which is nice. In the other game, yeah, we're not going to go back that way. There you go. You can see the glow. Alright, so now, normally when I do this, I only have one person go in here. But we can have everybody. Early American pigsty. Piles of dirt cover the long-lost floor. Earth and smell of compost. Yeah, and, you know, radiation. Now, as you can see, yeah, they have put sludge where it's not safe. I hate to keep saying this, but in the original, there was no indication in this room what the safe path through here was. Because, like the other place, this is really super high potency. You know, way worse than the stuff on the overworld or by the temple. It'll do a ton of damage, and it'll flatten your party in no time. So you have to either have a radiation suit, which is very dangerous to have such crappy armor here, or follow the safe path, which means for years I would do what I just did here. Go into the funny room in this reactor core room, wait until 1800, and then very quickly finish the game so that I would have the safe path to take. But looks like we don't have to worry about that. Anyway. Glass steel wall. Right. So, another. Gotta use an explosive to get through that wall. You can't do it otherwise. Main power panel of the reactor core. It appears to have a part missing. Wow. Plasma coupler. That's where it's used. You cannot beat the game without it. That's probably why there's 3 in the game. Even though there's only one of each key, but, well, whatever. So, we are now ready. As you can see, that door has opened. All the doors have opened to those rooms that they mentioned. That's why they keep mentioning them. Oh yeah, it is an OSHA. So, we are now ready to beat the game next week. Ha 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 ha. Well, they added a slideshow and all of that, so we don't want to rush things. So next week we will finish off the game, and I guess that's about it. So until next time, folks, have a good one.